Akiko brought the blanket and we both snuggled under it. Wanting to get my mind off of everything that happened, she played an action movie starring my favorite actor. However, it didn't lift my spirits. Akiko noticed that, and after 10 minutes, she turned off the TV.
This isn't working. Your mind is still wandering.
I'm feeling out of sorts, but it will pass.
It won't pass unless we talk about it. I told you it was time for an intervention, and I hope that now you realize I was right. You can't just sit there and be sad. That doesn't solve—
I'm not sure I understand what kind of intervention you're talking about. Isn't distracting myself some form of intervention?
Yes, but not what I was getting at. You have to confront your boyfriend and tell him what you saw. If you don't do that, you will create an insurmountable wall between you.
Whether I tell him or not, nothing will change. The only difference is whether I will suffer alone or he will suffer too.
If you're not sure, ask his partner in crime. His best friend, the one he's been playing basketball with lately.
Akiko, what are you getting at?
Let's say I have my own theory. I don't want to fill your head with nonsense, at least not for now. That's just how I see things.
I'll text him right away. I wanted to text my boyfriend first.
If you text your boyfriend first, you'll give him enough time to come up with a million excuses until you see each other.
Akiko, you're brilliant.
When your heart is broken a couple of times, you learn how to protect yourself and keep your heart from being hurt. So don't wait to clear things up, and don't sweep problems under the rug.
Wait, first, I need to think up the reason why I'm texting him. I don't want him to figure it out.
Just tell him that your boyfriend told you that he'd be playing basketball with him and that you can't reach him.
Luckily for me, I will write and not talk. If I spoke to him over the phone, he would immediately realize that I was lying. I couldn't just sit at home without confronting him first. I had to see him, but only when I was sure that my appearance would make an impression. Not just on my boyfriend, but also on his new friends. If you can't beat them, join them. The game is on, girls. I put on a jersey similar to my boyfriend's, as a statement of my support. Besides that, I wanted to show everyone that we were a couple. As I approached the court, I saw him in the distance. He was alone, practicing his shots. Some girls were sitting on the stands, but as they saw me approaching, they quickly stood up and ran away. That got my boyfriend confused, but then he turned around and saw me. Sorry for scaring away your fans.
Fans? You mean those girls?
Yes.
Why would I need them when I've got my only true fan? You're even wearing a matching jersey. So sexy, babe.
Thanks, sweetie. I don't mind coming with you to the court every time you play. Anything for my sweetheart.
No, I wouldn't bother you with that. But thanks for being supportive.
Up to that moment, I somehow managed to control myself. But after that remark, I had to say something. Do you want me to come and cheer for you or not? Make up your mind. It seems to me like you'd rather come here by yourself and be surrounded by your fangirls. Who are those girls?
I don't have a clue. They're hanging around the court all the time. Why do you ask?
You're lying that you don't know them. I saw your selfie with them. They posted it today and tagged you. They do know you well. Have you even told them you have a girlfriend? He didn't even bother answering me. Instead, he angrily threw the ball into the hoop, which bounced off and flew toward the stands.
First, I don't know what selfie you're talking about. Second, why would I talk to some random girls about you?
Take your phone and see it for yourself, since you obviously have amnesia. I saw you today taking photos with those girls with your shirt off. However, I didn't know that the pictures would be posted on your profile.
Trust me when I tell you I don't know.
He took his phone and checked his profile. Having seen the photo, he slapped himself on the forehead in disbelief. Do you see that? You follow them and they follow you.
Honestly, I don't even remember adding them as friends. Maybe we attend some lectures together, I'm not sure.
It's hard to believe that.
I told you the truth. And I don't know what else you want to hear.
I'd rather you just thought it through next time. How would you feel if you were in my shoes?
I know what you mean. I'm really sorry. It's my fault. I wasn't thinking.
He kissed me on the forehead and hugged me tightly. We headed toward my apartment without uttering a single word. When we reached my apartment, it had already been dark. I stopped, glanced at him, and didn't have anything else to tell him. I spent the last ounce of energy on my way home.
You're quiet. You still mad at me?
I'm tired.
I don't want this evening to end like this. I missed you today. I'd like to stay for the night.
I'd like you to stay too. I don't want this day to end up with our fight either.
I feel so relieved now that you said it.
After I'd left the apartment, Akiko continued watching a movie and fell asleep on the couch. I put a blanket over her and turned off the TV. That was when she mumbled my name in half sleep. Shh. I'm here. Everything's alright. She smiled and nodded her head. And then she tucked herself in under the blanket and fell asleep again.
Akiko also had a rough day. The universe has conspired against us.
It's up to us to try to resist bad things and change them for those who make us happy.
I know a perfect way to make that happen. Lie down on your belly and try to relax. I'll take care of everything else, okay?
Don't leave me lying like that for long. I'll doze off just like Akiko. I did everything exactly as he requested. I let go of my clothes and all of my negative thoughts. I heard him rummaging through my cosmetics set, and I assumed what he was looking for. He stood above me, and I felt a few drops of oil sliding down my back. His warm palms were going all over my back, and I could feel the tension fading away with each new move he made. He then bent down and whispered, "My turn." I took the oil bottle and watched oil drops getting mixed with his sweat and sliding down his chest. The following day, I woke up feeling relaxed and content. Looking back on the previous night made me smile over and over again, and remember that feeling of happiness. I was starving, so I got out of my room and headed for the kitchen. I found a note on the fridge from Akiko that read that she was waiting for me at Hiroki's and that they wanted me to join them for breakfast. Hiroki's apartment smelled of pancakes and chocolate milk. That smell was bringing me back to childhood. Hiroki was in the kitchen, and he looked so cool making us breakfast. That was when I thought how Hiroki was way more different than Katsumi and Rokudo, and he was only a few years older than them. He was successful, charming, family-oriented, and was able to understand women, even those like his sister and his cousin. Akiko was secretly taking fruit pieces that Hiroki was slicing while he wasn't watching. And then he caught her and slapped her hand.
Patience, Akiko! It's gonna be ready soon.
Hurry up, Hiroki! Your other guest is here too!
Good morning. I hope you weren't waiting for too long.
You came right on time. I just made the last pancake and managed to save the ones I already made from Akiko. Please take your seat.
Thank you for making breakfast for the two sloths that we are.
You're welcome. Akiko told me you had a very stressful day yesterday, and nothing fixes the mood better than pancakes. I have the refreshments too. Help yourself. Akiko's already doing it.
First come, first served!
We dug into the pancakes, and while Hiroki and Akiko were having a lively conversation, I sank into my thoughts. I didn't hear when Hiroki spoke to me, and only when he snapped his fingers before my nose did I come back to reality.
Enjoy the moment. Don't stress over the past.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little distracted, and the pancakes are delicious. Don't worry, I surely am enjoying this.
Great. Now that your stomachs are full and you're satisfied, let me tell you the great news I have. Last night, I finally felt the surge of inspiration. And I finished the jingle for the app you're working on.
Woohoo! Tell us your secret, Hiroki! How did you manage to do it?
Relaxing, walking, and meditation. Am I right?
That's right.
Did the two of you go to some therapy session without me?
Not really. Let's just say I decided to try his recipe for achieving inner peace. And I could use the recipe for these pancakes too.
Of course, I'll teach you how to make them. And then you'll be making breakfast to me.
What's going on in here?
Neighborly kindness.
The two of us are gonna deal with advertising slogans and the promotion on social networks.
We'll talk about it in ChatLinx on Friday.
I'll see you then, and that's it. My job is done.
And we're in for so much more!
We came back to our apartment after breakfast. Akiko sat in an armchair and put her legs up, managing to squeeze. I envied her for being able to curl up like a cat. She leaned on her elbows and squinted her eyes at me. She would put on that kind of look only when she was looking at someone with suspicion. Hey, Catwoman. Don't think I don't know what's going on in your head.
I know you do. That's why I'm waiting for you to tell it to me yourself. We're friends and there's no secrets between us, right?
I think this time you should be the one to say what's on your mind.
Alright, I've been watching you and I noticed you've been acting differently since you saw Hiroki.
Oh no, I didn't notice I was doing that.
And you don't have to stop. There's nothing wrong with that. Hiroki is doing it too. I saw the way he was looking at you and acting when you were around.
I noticed he was flirting with me too. But I don't know how well enough to know if he's doing it only to me or to other girls as well.
I know him well enough. It's been a while since I saw Hiroki trying so hard to be perfect.
He doesn't even have to try hard. Hiroki's already perfect in every aspect.
Wow, I knew I'd drag that out of you. You're like my cousin.
Yeah, so? It doesn't mean I'm gonna go after him and mess around with him. If that's what you're worried about.
Not at all. What's more, I want you to know. I wouldn't hold it against you if you decide to see if there's something going on between you two.
I have a boyfriend, Akiko. You forgot that?
Yada yada yada. I have a boyfriend. Yes, you do. And please remind me, where was he yesterday all day? He was enjoying and exploring how much other girls liked him.
Don't get me started, Akiko.
Relax, think twice. It's not like you have a ring on your finger. I would be the happiest person if Hiroki and you were a couple. Because your boyfriend's behavior really disappointed me.
I'll answer to that after my meditation.
You're joking with me now, and I'm dead serious. Sometimes when your boyfriend hurts you, you walk around the apartment like a zombie. You should do something for yourself. Face the truth. If what's in your heart and what's in your mind don't match, then you have a problem.
Everything Akiko said was true. I just couldn't say it out loud and admit it to myself like she did. So if you want me to think aloud, listen to me and don't interrupt me.
I'll be your voice of reason. I'm all ears.
I let some things grow on their own. But that didn't always turn out to be good for me. I would always choose the path of least resistance. I've known Katsumi for the longest time, but I still don't know him well enough. None of us really knew him well enough. You know it yourself. Sometimes he acts like a child. Rokuro can sometimes be a pain in the ass when he wants to dish out justice. But I know he has a gentle side too. They both have feelings for me. But I just keep forgetting I have to be honest with myself.
Nicely put. I'm glad I made you think things through. As you tend to spin around in circles and never leave your comfort zone.
And by leaving my comfort zone, you mean giving Hiroki a chance too?
If you want to, maybe you love somebody else. That is your choice. What's important is you should take him into consideration too, and not toss him away just because you'd feel uncomfortable because of me.
I feel nice when I'm around him, and I'd like to know him better. There are sparks between us, that's true, but does that mean I never loved Katsumi? Or Rokuro? As I've started to feel something towards someone else?
I just say he wasn't the right one, not that you weren't in love with him.
A few days later. That talk with Akiko made me wonder and reconsider my choices. I didn't want to leave my apartment for a couple of days so I could make the right decision. Everyone could feel something strange was going on with me. Akiko was patient enough. That day when I came out of my room, she knew I'd put an end to the insecure period of my life. How can we expect things to start looking up in our lives if we always drag the load of insecurity with us?
You look like you're reborn!
Akiko, I gotta go. Talk to you later.
Hey, where are you going? We have a business meeting in ChatLinx today.
I'll be there on time, don't worry.
You made up your mind, didn't you? You're gonna see him?
Yeah, I'm following my heart. It's taking me to... It's taking me to Katsumi.
That's true love. It makes you get moving. Good luck, girl.
Thanks, Akiko. Katsumi had always been my crush, and the relationship we had couldn't be compromised because of a misunderstanding. Loving Katsumi wasn't easy. His secrets, his disappearing, recklessness, all that was threatening to ruin our relationship. Now I was ready to confess all my mistakes and forgive him. Because only true love had the strength to endure something like that.